tonight. And this time I did not accidentally shrink her time. Colleen, whose speech is titled Remembering a Mentor. Her evaluator will be Robert.
So the purpose of Colleen's speech is of this project is for the member to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring, and for the member to share some aspect of a previous experience as a protege.
Okay.
Do you remember your first mentor? Can you remember the face? Can you put a face on that first mentor? Until Toastmasters, the nearest I came to a mentor was my grandmother. My grandmother, because she had long-term goals for me when I was a young girl. She had a vision. She had these goals. I liked that vision. I liked the goals, and I bought into it. She wanted me to be able to set the perfect table. Wanted me to play the harp. And she wanted me to speak French. Now my grandmother, Grandmommy, she was born in Canada, French side. And she crossed the Hudson River into upstate New York to go to work at a knitting mill. The owner's son fell in love with her and wooed her, and she married into this inventor manufacturing family. Now, perhaps they thought themselves a little bit above the rest, including Grandmommy. She had to learn from her mistakes, and she had no mentor. Enter Colleen. So now she wants to make sure that I can function in everyday society. She wants to make sure that I have the manners that will take me into this big intercultural world. So every time I stay at her house, she leads by example. She leads by example every time we dine. We have that perfect table. She makes sure the sharp edge of the knife is facing inward to the plate. When I stay at her house, we watch a musical program on Saturdays. Her favorite performer plays the harp. Well, her sister Martha doesn't have a harp, but she has this big black upright piano that she gives to me, and I learn to play. Musical instrument, harp, piano, they both have strings. And French, she never spoke French with me. Never. Because she was now in America, and you speak English in America. But she spoke about the dream. And one day, that dream would come true. Now, up until puberty point, I listened, I learned, I thought, I did. I was so lucky. And then, I became a terrorizing teenager. Yes, I was a free spirit. I was independent of my mentor. And I began setting other goals. That was me. There I was at the teenager stage. I thought, well, I guess I have to do everything on my own. I didn't know that when you're a mentee or a protege, you're supposed to ask questions for guidance and support. No, I thought I had to do it all on my own. Okay, so I started planning my future, and every time I planned self-doubt as well. But I saw a world out there. I saw a world open with all these possibilities. And since then, I keep trying something new all the time. New? Well, then I moved to France. And here comes the French language. Here comes everything French you could want, including a coach. I acquired a coach when I moved to France. It was my Swedish mother-in-law. She had moved to France from Sweden, so she had learned all the things you're supposed to know about being in France. So she prepared me, she coached me, and she coached me to make sure that I folded my lettuce properly and do not cut it with a knife. She wanted to help me with my language, so she recommended that if you want to hear and listen properly, listen to French radio. And so I always listened to France Entière. She helped me color coordinate my clothes and all the interior decoration. She worked hard with me. She listened and guided. Grandmommy and Birgitta, my Swedish mother-in-law, they taught me everything about home life, mentored and coached me. But then I thought, why didn't I ever have a professional life mentor? Where was that mentor? Or was the mentor there and I ignored it? Him, her? Well, then came Toastmasters. Toastmasters came into my life maybe 9 years ago, 2010. And with it came a mentor, coach, and friend. I just finished a year as a district leader. I've had the privilege to mentor at least 6 Toastmasters during this period of time. And now it's time to turn the page. My mentor, coach, and friend, Shelley, and I are setting visions. We're setting goals to work toward in the future. And I look back and I think how lucky it is to have a person be your mentor. Because together you can work on a vision, together you can work toward any goal, as many as you want, step by step. And when I think about how lucky I am to have had a mentor, and to have a mentor now, I think, I'm lucky. I'm lucky. And I think back to my first mentor, Grandmommy. Do you ever think back with those words to your first mentor?
Okay, we'll take a minute to give feedback.